Thank you. Govardhan. This is near Mathura. Govardhan, and they are reading entire Madhya Leela of Chaitanya Charitamrita. So obviously I will not be able to attend that entire, but I am planning to attend 2 or 3 days. But I am trying. Let's see, Krishna mercy and your prayers, that if we can complete entire Madhya Leela. So I started last night. That's what I am trying to do. But you all can have your own goals. Maybe reading entire first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, or maybe reading entire Bhagavad Gita, and trying to chant. Can you close the book? And trying to chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna mantra. It just take off 1 month. Sometimes it happens, right? Manager will tell you. So, see, entire year I never give you pressure. You have to understand that this month is very critical. You have to deliver this feature. So this month you have to work during weekends also. My manager told me when we were putting one feature in. So she said, only this month you please work hard, and then after that we will try to adjust. So think like that. This month is like that, where we should try to have as much as Shravanam, Kirtanam, Nididhyasanam is basically understanding of the Shastras, taking association of devotees, visiting the temple, offering ghee lamp to Lord Damodar. The photo is there here, but usually we keep it Damodar Nam. You can see Damodar Nam. Let me show you the photo. That photo is also there, but Damodar leela, that main is this one, this photo. So if you have time, you can take a picture of this Damodar leela. Take a good full picture, and you can offer ghee lamp to Lord Damodar.
Put it on WhatsApp.
Yes, I'll put it. And you can invite your neighbors also. And like that, what you're doing is you are sharing Krishna Katha with everyone. So let me, that's how quickly I did. We'll do first quickly Mangalacharan prayers, and then we will start. No, Mataji, it is, you need PL. Yes, it's very complicated. Yes, I like to. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yeah, after I lost my voice, even if there are 2 people, I like to speak on mic. So,
Good question.
yes.
You mentioned you can try to invite people for the
Hare Krishna. Wow. Okay.
What would be a good thing to read if you are inviting people?
Yeah, so you can read any chapter from Krishna book. Especially try to have within first 20 chapters something you can see. Obviously not asterisk pastimes of Kaishor Leela, but Balya Leela, or what we call it, Kaumara Leela. Those pastimes we can have. We can just read from Krishna book, and we can do this Arti, Damodar Ashtakam Arti, and everyone can offer to them. I remember when, okay, I will answer your question. Let me just do these prayers. Why I am doing these prayers is because we have kids at home. Okay. So, because we want to bring auspiciousness. There can be any issues and all. And yeah, again, sorry for keeping it on Wednesday. I knew when I thought of Wednesday, I knew that crowd will reduce. Devotees will come, less devotees will come. But I had no option. I had my flight at, anyways. Now going to India itself feels like having some, you are going to some distance. So, yeah, they don't know if I'll come back. So, okay, we'll do the Mangalacharan prayers. Om Jnana Divyandasya Jnananjanaksharaaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadavayyam Dhavati Swarapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuddham Shri Guru Vaishnavasya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagranam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Stavavadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam
Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Shri Chaitanya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurani Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Harihi Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Srimate Radharani Swami Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Namo Acharya Vishnu Shudha Pakshi Peshta Worship Shakti Namo Nityananda Shriya Pekta Namo Bhakti Asana Namo Nabaya Devi Namo Yatsupada Shri Guru Natam Shrimadam Sovata Krishna Punya Shona Kirtan Vedam Testu Vedam Vidya Kristu Nashta Kaya Shabbat Vishu Nityam Bhagavata Sevam Bhagavata Chikam Shvare The last two words, let's quickly read the translation. Whenever we read something on Srimad Bhagavatam, so every scripture has its own Mangalacharan. Like when you are reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, the Mangalacharan that we sing is Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Similar to what you are seeing here. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Gaura Nityananda. So Panchartva, we sing during Chaitanya Charitamrita. Similarly, when we read from Srimad Bhagavatam, we chant these two prayers. We chant one more, which I am not able to recollect. Let me see. If it's here always. It's from no. 1, 2, 4. Let's see which verse is this. Yes, it's correct one. Narayana Namaskritam Naram Chaiva Narottam Devim Saraswati Vyasim Tato Jayanti. This is first verse that we chant when Srimad Bhagavatam is done. And two more verses that we'll sing now. It's very apt to what we are reading and why we are reading. So Srinvatham Swakata Krishna. I think it is 17th verse. Katha Krishna. Yeah, 17. So you can repeat after me. Srinvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Vidyantasto Bhadrani Vidunoti Subhatsata. How do you going to read from here a lot? So if devotees want, they can move here. Otherwise it will be might be hard. Could you be able to read from this TV or not? Okay. If you're able to see from here, it's all good. Otherwise. Someone can read the translation. Probably you want to read? Nityananda 1 to 17. So we are hearing the pastimes of Krishna. Okay? 1 to 17.
Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and
And
chanted.
this is a fact. When you hear the constant of Krishna, whatever misgivings that we have in our heart, or whatever attraction that we have for external things, starts to subside. Because we start thinking that this is, see, imagine if you have, if you have got something, I gave this example before, like Sadhu Sangha, they were going, their breakfast time was there, and then there was another party who was doing some breakfast. I saw that, I felt, oh, I'm hungry, I want to eat that. But then I realized that, oh, now breakfast, there is Sadhu Sangha is supposed to serve the breakfast, which is going to be more optimal. And then immediately you feel that, oh, who will eat this? So the point is, when you get something higher, when you get some higher taste, then the lower taste doesn't give you joy. So similarly, when you hear about Krishna's pastimes, then whatever you have misgivings, whatever you might have attraction towards other things, starts to subside. That's why you see sadhus, they don't have attraction so much of material things. I'm saying the sadhus, real sadhus. Why? Because they have so much, it's not that they are naiki, I don't want this, I don't want this. It's not that. Because they have high taste so much about the Krishna's pastimes, about hearing about Krishna, for them these things are very secondary. It's not the important, it's not the priority. For us, the priority is I have to respond to my manager, which we also, right? That is our priority. But one of the priorities is hearing Krishna Katha. They are just happy hearing Krishna Katha. Now think about it. Vaishnav Maharaj was talking about him. He's going to read 7 hours every day, 5 to 6 hours, and every day parikrama of Govardhan, 21 kilometers every day, plus 6 to 7 hours of reading Bhagavatam. Right? You will say, "Aadha ghanta theek hai, 1 hour, okay, Prabhuji, 1 hour." Right? 1 hour, neither not yours, not mine. 2 hours. Okay? 7 hours of reading Srimad Bhagavatam or any other scripture, because they get higher taste. It's not like, I have to read, I have to force myself. They get joy. That's what it is. Hearing about Krishna Katha, our mind get cleansed. We'll see another verse. Nashta. Yeah, you can repeat after me. Next verse maybe. नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भक्तियुक्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. Nashta means destroy, right? Bhagavata sevaya by abhadra. Bhadra means auspicious. Bhadramte, you say Bhadramte means all auspicious into you. So abhadra means inauspicious, will be destroyed. Nityam means when you are continuously, what doing? Bhagavata sevaya. You are serving the Bhagavatam. And Acharyas explained there are 2 kinds of Bhagavatam. One is person Bhagavatam, a very advanced Vaishnava. You are serving him, or you are serving Srimad Bhagavatam. How you are serving Srimad Bhagavatam? By hearing about it or reading. Right? All the misgivings in the heart will be destroyed. Now is going to read. This is important. Then we'll start the class. Okay. I want to make sure that we understand why we are doing what we are doing.
By regular attendance is classes.
By regular attendance every week.
By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee.
You saw 2 Bhagavatam. Service, which is Srimad Bhagavatam. First thing is you should have Srimad Bhagavatam at your house. Because Srimad Bhagavatam is as good as Krishna. Right? Second is serving of pure devotee. Good.
All that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact.
Yes. Uttama Shloke. We discussed in today's class in Krishna book also. Uttama Shloka means one who is praised by selected verses or transcendental songs. So this is the reason why we are reading Srimad. And Srimad Bhagavatam is actually very, very sweet. If you read Srimad Bhagavatam, I have seen so many. I can tell whenever we have fights and there is no conclusion, I go sit there and read Srimad Bhagavatam. And after that, you start getting intelligence also. and you start getting the right perception, that suddenly that same problem starts to get solved. That is the power of Srimad Bhagavatam. But we should not read Srimad Bhagavatam just to solve problems. No, that is not the. But Srimad Bhagavatam actually makes us understand that actually, yes, spirit soul Krishna is Supreme Krishna Godhead, and we are part and parcel of Krishna. And Krishna is very, very sweet. That is what we have come here for. These other things are petty things. But main thing is serving to Krishna. You ask yourself, if you go on a vacation with your friends, what will you do? You will talk to them. You will go on a beach. It depends. You are going on a beach. You will maybe play with them. Maybe, I don't know what, Uno, or whatever cards. I mean, depends what you will play. And you will cook together. You will do some gossip maybe. And you will see, in this also gossips are going to happen. See, it's whatever you see here is coming from spiritual world. Here also you will see gossips in Srimad Bhagavatam. I'm going to show you. But there will be transcendental gossips, complaints, all this happens, right? That guy did to this way to me. Here also it will happen. We will see. So what will this all will do, and then we'll come back home. And then we'll feel that why am I feeling tired? Right? After that also, there is no nourishment. See, the entire time is wasted. We didn't get anything. But if you go somewhere with devotees, you will do Krishna Katha, you will do chanting, you will do, together you will have prasadam, together you will cook. At the outset, externally you will feel, maybe I didn't get anything out of it. But in the heart, slowly, our heart is getting cleansed. The taste for material things is slowly getting secondary. The taste to enjoy the outer world starts to reduce. We start understanding that is there, but that is not the ultimate thing. I want to hear about Krishna. Just hear about Krishna. I'll tell you one story. Once, I don't want to name that. So one devotee did some big blunder. It was a very big blunder. And Guru Maharaj was a little upset about it, the entire thing that happened. So this guy, this devotee, after long time, there was almost no connection with the devotee, with the spiritual master after that, because it was such a big blunder. He left the temple, everything. Then he left some other place, and then he called after many years, things starts to heal, right? We say like that. So then he called that spiritual master again, and so all from ISKCON only, I'm saying. And then he called and said that first he started giving excuses that whatever I did was not wrong, but it was actually a big blunder he had done. So first Maharaj kept listening, then Maharaj, scolded and chastised him of the mistakes he did. And then he got so scared, imagine you are getting chastised from a guru. So he kept the phone down. And then after some time he again called Maharaj. And then he asked for forgiveness that I actually made a blunder. And then Maharaj spoke about Krishna's pastimes for next 45 minutes. Instead of explaining what you could have done, he just spoke about Krishna Katha. And the devotee says, I still remember that incident. And I understood one thing, that what my spiritual master is trying to say is that whatever things will happen in the world, be attached to Krishna. So his discussion was not to explain what you should do and what you should not do. He just spoke about Krishna. When I lost my voice, I was thinking some astrology, let's check whether my voice will come or not. I called Shankaran Prabhu. Some of you might know him. So I called Shankaran Prabhu and I was just asking. I was so desperate. So I asked Shankaran Prabhu, वापस आएगा कि नहीं? ये आवाज, what will happen? So Shankaran was looking at charts and he was saying that something only he said, that those are details we can skip. But then later on he said, see, you don't have voice anymore. So anyways you can't speak now. But it's a very good opportunity to hear. So let me tell you one pastime about Krishna. And then for 45 minutes on the phone, he was talking about Krishna from Krishna's pastimes. And initially 5 minutes I was thinking, man, I didn't call you for this. You tell me when I'll get, cured. But slowly when he kept speaking, I felt, it's so nice. Now I don't have to answer anyone. I have to just type and get done. And I have so much opportunity to just hear about Krishna. And in 45 minutes he just heard, he just spoke, and then he said that, Prabhu, till the time you don't have voice, you have a golden opportunity to hear about Krishna. Because now your services are sort of little bit curtailed. So now you just speak about or hear about Krishna. That's it. And then he kept the phone down. That was the solution. So one thing that I've realized, not realized completely, but I've understood in my 10 years of Krishna consciousness, being attached to Krishna Katha is a very good medicine in this spiritual world, in this material world. Bhavav Shadi, there, this verse, intelligent, that this Krishna Katha is like a medicine. It's like a medicine. So now we'll start with the very sweet pastime of, it is considered as the sweetest pastime of entire Krishna Leela, especially in Vatsalya. See, there are many pastimes, but among Vatsalya mood, there are pastimes in Vatsalya mood, there are pastimes in Sakhya mood, there are pastimes in Madhurya mood. This pastime is considered as the sweetest pastime in Vatsalya mood. And this pastime is considered, why also sweet, is because here the devotee gets completely controlled. Krishna gets completely controlled by a devotee. Right? See, we all want to have controller mentality, right? We all want to control things, right? Correct? Do you agree? Right? See, manager wants to control us. We want to control manager somehow, right? That by speaking something, right? So we all have this controlling mentality, right? Husband wants to control the family, wife wants to control in her way, kids want to control in her way. Exactly. I called Manjiri for some work, and Kishori picked up, and she told, Papa, why are you not here this day? It was 3 p.m. So give the phone to my wife. And Manjini, she said, no, you always come late and then mommy has to do all the work, reach on time. So everyone is controlling on their own way. So, but here you see that devotee is trying to control Krishna. And Krishna is loving it. Krishna is loving it. That is the secret. He's not like frustrated. How can he control me? She or she control me. Krishna is loving that controllership that devotee is showing on Krishna. So that is the beauty about this pastime. So first thing is why Krishna appears in this material world. We should first understand that. Then we'll discuss this pastime. Why Krishna is coming? Krishna can do all that in Golok Vrindavan. Why he has to come here? In Bhagavad Gita, it's mentioned there are 3 reasons why Krishna comes here. But Bhagavad Gita is preliminary book. Where Bhagavad Gita ends, there Srimad Bhagavatam starts. And where Srimad Bhagavatam ends, there Chaitanya Charitamrita starts. That's the beauty of these 3 scriptures. Bhagavad Gita is considered as the words of Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam is considered as actions of Krishna. And Chaitanya Charitamrita is considered as mind of Krishna. So we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam. So why Krishna has to appear in this material world? In Bhagavad Gita it is explained, Paritranaya sadhuna, vinashaya dushkana, dharma samstapnataya, sambhavami puni. He says there are 3 reasons why I have to appear in this material world. One is to deliver the pious people. Second is to annihilate the demonic people. And third, to establish dharma. 3 reasons. But these 3 reasons are external reasons. These are the people who don't want to have loving relationship with Krishna. But actual reason of Krishna appearing in this material world, in Bhauma Vrindavan, is, let's go to that verse, which I forgot. Anugrahaya Bhaktana. I don't remember the verse number. Anugrahaya Bhaktana. It's from 33rd chapter. Yeah, 33rd chapter, 36th verse. Okay, you can repeat after me. This explains that why Krishna has to appear on this material world. He can go some other place. Why this? Bhauma Vrindavan. Anugrahaya Bhaktanam Manusham Devastita Bhajate Kadrishi Krida Yashutva Tatparo Bhagave. Please go ahead. So Anugrahaya Bhaktanam. Before that, Anugraha means mercy. Mercy on whom? What do you think on whom?
Devotees.
Amazing. Yes. On devotees. Bhaktana. Right? But how he is showing his mercy? Manusham Deham Asthita. By taking the human form. Why? Because it's more relatable. See, if I tell Nishant Prabhu, can you please serve Narsimha Dev? Nearby is there, can you please serve some food, some bhoga to him? Nishant Prabhu said, I'm a little scared. Lakshmi ji also said, Brahma ji asked Lakshmi ji, can you please just make it to calm down Narsimha Dev? And Lakshmi ji said, I also cannot do, I've never seen this rupa. You ask Prahlad Maharaj. So see, some forms is hard to exchange. Like Prahlad Maharaj, for him, Ishta Dev is Narsimha Dev. But otherwise, it is little hard. For devotees, he is a protector. That is there. But sometimes still it can be little hard. Like Vardhadev. It will be hard to have that complete loving relationship. Right? Like yesterday I was in Home Depot trying to get some keys, duplicate keys and all for my, because I'm leaving, I have to distribute some. So for 20-25 minutes was taking to take all the copies of the keys. So what to do with Kishori? So I took her to Halloween, and in that, if you press some button, then Halloween will move and all like that. So she knew that they are all not real, but just movement also, because their fierce look was there. She got scared and she ran away from them, and she was like almost in tears. So we know that He is supreme, but because some forms is hard to relate to, but Krishna's human form is very easy to relate. So that is His mercy also. That not just He is appearing in this material, He is appearing in very relatable form. And in that He will do so much relatable form that He will do all the faults that a human does. He will do that also, just to make it more relatable. See, if you become a perfect human being, then it's hard to relate. I mean, then you will have a little, not Aishwarya, but Audharya, some respect will come for that person, right? If he's perfect. But if he's also making mistakes, faults is there, then you will have more, you will feel like little similar thing, right? So Krishna also makes mistakes. Krishna becomes angry. Like Krishna will scold, if you don't keep butter next day in your place, then I will put burning charcoal on your house. He used to scold like that to gopis. Sometimes he used to get so angry that he used to pass urine in the other's house and run away. So these are angry things, but the gopis used to love that also. Right? So he used to make a lot of such anger or jealous. Here you will see in this pastime, Krishna will show jealousy also. Krishna will show anger also. He is showing all this to have the pastime more relatable. More relatable. Right? So why he comes to this material world is to show his to show his mercy. Okay. So now we will start the class. 45 minutes here.
Do you want to do the pastime?
Oh, sorry. Oh, I have to also answer this question. No? You asked a question. After translation, you will.
When the Lord assumes a human-like body to show mercy to His devotees, He engages in such pastimes as will attract those who hear about them to become dedicated to Him.
To become dedicated to Him. Right? So, why we are doing all this is why Krishna comes, so that we can become more and more attached to Krishna and less attached to Maya. Right, outer world. So, what was your question? Did I answer?
You said basically from the Krishna book.
Yes, we should read. The question was what we should do by inviting guests, what we should do with them. Bola to liya. But karne ka kya hai? What to do with them. So, best is if we can invite some layers are there. One is invite some senior Vaishnava and ask them to give a class. So they can have both things, little bit of Krishna Katha also, but little bit of direct Bhagavad Gita. Because where there is philosophy, one has to know the philosophy. Unless you know the greatness of Krishna, you cannot appreciate the sweetness of Krishna. Remember this thing. If you don't know Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead, all these pastimes will take it very cheaply. You have to understand that bedrock, it has to be like one thing that you have to understand is Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And only then you can appreciate these pastimes. So when you have some devotee and he can give some 20 minutes class, we can do Damodar Ashtakam, and then we can serve Prasada. Prasada is a must. You know, when Vaishika Maharaj, he started at very like this I'm talking about like 1970s, 1980s, when he just moved to California, not California, to down to San Francisco from LA. They used to have classes in Merlingale, and people all the way from San Jose and all they used to go to Berlin. Imagine that's the power of sadhu. They attract people from all over the world, all over the place. So you know what was the prasadam? Prasadam has to be. So you know what was the prasadam? Popcorns. He used to Mataji, Nirala used to make at home popcorns and she used to serve popcorn. So, but then obviously they used to make other also. But once Vashimara said that. But the point is, we should have prasadam. We should always have some prasadam. Anything, any basic thing is okay, but we should have something. Apple. When Srila Prabhupada started, sometimes he used to just get apple. Someone used to just give apples. He used to cut the apples in parts. How many are there? He used to just distribute apples. Offer it to Krishna and then serve. Because that is what the real mercy is. Mercy is taking Krishna's revenues. That is very, very important. And that's why whatever we eat at home, also obviously, assuming that we eat only at home, we should offer it first to Krishna and then we should eat. And what all Krishna eats, that we have discussed many times. No onion, no garlic, no coffee, no chai, and whatever. No meat, no eggs, no fish. Krishna doesn't say, Krishna says patram pushpam alankuram. Krishna doesn't say andaram chitanam, matanam. So Krishna doesn't say that. Okay? Patram pushpam alankuram. So we should just serve Krishna what he likes. Butter, like that. So, okay, did that answer the question? And if some senior devotee is not there, you can just read a little bit for 15-20 minutes, some words from Bhagavad Gita, a little bit of Krishna Katha from Krishna book, and then have prasadam, have Damodar something like that. But it is a must. You should have kirtan little bit, katha little bit, and prasadam. When Salesforce program was there, and Salesforce program was there by Vaishya said, this is perfect. They had kirtan, they had Krishna Katha, and then grand prasadam was there. Then he said, this is perfect. This is a perfect combination. These three things should be there. Kirtan, Katha, and prasadam. Okay, we will start now, otherwise. Okay, so everybody is able to see? No, right? Plus. This is different kinds of plus. Is everybody is able to see? This plus is yes. Everybody is able to see? Okay. So we'll start from Simavati.
It's for me, but I'll try.
Okay.
The whole thing? How many lines do I read?
No. Just one paragraph we will read and we'll discuss.
Once upon a time, saying that a maid servant was.
Her means who I'm saying. Who? Yashoda Maya, right? So the word starts with Ekada. You can see this. We'll keep that also open just in case we need. SP 10:9. So you see this verse. Ekada Griha Dasishu. So Griha Dasishu is maid servants. Yashoda, one who gives yash, fame to Krishna. Because by this pastime, Krishna became famous. That one who can control God also. Right? And Nanda Gehini. Nanda Gehini is queen of Nanda Maharaj. Right? So Yashoda Maya, like that. Means we'll go back to the. I was thinking first we'll go one verse, but that will take Brahma's lifetime. So I thought we'll just do this.
Once upon a time, saying that her maid servant was engaged in different household duties, Mother Yashoda personally took charge of churning butter. While she churned butter, she sang the childhood pastimes of Krishna and enjoyed thinking of herself.
This is so sweet. See, first of all, once upon a time. See, this is what this all we read in storybooks. Once upon a time. It has come from where? Srimad Bhagavatam. And you are seeing this. And it's not like Srila Prabhupada or translation just made up. It is that word is actually existing. Ekada. Da means time. Ekada means once upon a time. Yada means sometime. Sada means every time. Kada means what time. You understood, right? So Ekada means once upon a time. This everything that you see in this material world is a perverted reflection of spiritual world. Spiritual world. Okay. Ekada seeing that her maid servant was engaged, they were engaged in certain duties. You know which duties they were engaged in? Which day it was when Krishna was, this pastime is happening, first of all. This day is Diwali. It is going to come. It's in month of Kartik. Kartik is a very, very auspicious month. Most of the festivals come actually in month of Kartik. So it was the day of Diwali. Next day is Govardhan Puja. But right now, in calendar wise also, but right now, Krishna is only 2 years old. So they don't know yet that what is Govardhan Puja. Because Krishna has not given them any dose of karma, mamamasa and all, philosophy. So then what do you think? What were they preparing for? Which puja? Indra Puja. How many of you understood what I said? If you didn't understand, it's okay. You understood? No. Okay. So till age 7, they were all performing Indra Puja. And then at age of 7, then this Krishna, he said that, hey, why are you doing? And then he speaks about complete karma mimamsa and all that. Will not go into that. But see, then he did this pastime. This pastime he did. Then after that, they started doing Govardhan Puja only. So like that. So till then, all the maid servants were preparing for Indra Puja. That's why they were busy. And Yashoda Maya, she had little bit of, in this, Acharya says, a little bit of pride was there. This is transferable pride because she is a great Vaishnava. So what was her pride? Her pride was only I understand how to make the best butter for Krishna. So she said, I will take up that service. So sometimes we don't know that service, what will we assign it? But if we think that I can only do it properly, then we take it up. So Mother Shraddha has little bit of, she had this pride that I know how to make perfect. Because see, dahi means it has to be, butter means it has to be perfect, the temperature is perfect. Like 2 weeks back, we were making this, what is that called? This town is there in Krishna, there's a hole. Donuts. So Nitya Maji was making donuts. Sorry. I forget sometimes words. So she was making donuts. So she was boiling milk and or something. And then she said, I need a thermometer to exactly find out what is the temperature of the milk. So it has to be, if little bit heat or little bit cold, it can change the dish, right? That consistency and texture. So Mother Yashoda was saying, I know perfectly exactly how this butter has to be made. So she took it upon herself. And she, for this butter, because what happened was, before that, all the gopis were complaining to Krishna, to Yashoda Maya, that this guy is such a rascal. He goes to every house and takes makhan chor. So Mother Yashoda felt that this guy is doing like this because we are not giving him good makhan, good butter. I will make perfect butter. So she took Padma Gandha cows. Padma Gandha cows are the one who eats only most fragrant grass. So that creates fragrant milk. See, some cows, like when I go to Jeev, Golden Yoga village or Vrindavan, Tabela, cow shed, I don't know, it's some aroma I feel. I know that what that aroma is actually is gobar, but there is some aroma. But you travel from San Jose to LA, there are certain Tabela cows. But it's very, very, so see, cows gives different kinds of aroma. Or Tabela, I don't want to, but see, the point is, if there are Padma, when I was reading this, I was remembering that my route to LA. So, Padma Gandha are the ones who gives best flavor of milk. See, some milk, you don't need chini in it, but some milk, you need cups of chini. Half cup of milk and 1 cup of chini. Depends. Right? So, but these were like most fragrant milk that was created. And obviously, that's what they want to feed to Krishna. So the attention to detail, not like this Padma Gandha, I will eat, jo bacha hai usko denge. Right? No. Perfect thing I want to give it to Krishna. Right? And this is in this it's mentioned. So then Nirmanta Swayam Dadi. Right? Dadi means dahi, makhan. And then after that, they are now what they are while she's doing it, she's not doing it. Krishna ke liye soch mein kya mujhe karna pad raha. She was not upset. She was very joyful. Gita, she was singing. That's why we should not, as much as possible, we should not eat from restaurants. Because the cooks who are cooking in restaurants, they are not going to think, this guy whom I am going to feed, I hope this increases his health and wisdom. No, he will just think, somehow I should get my money. Right? But at home, that's why we always like Maka Khana, right? Or what a spouse food or mother's wife, because they shower love. They shower love. When they cook, they shower. Krishna was also hungry. Not hungry of the Makhan, but the hungry of Krishna, Mother Yashoda's love. Right? Mother Yashoda's. It is important, obviously, to the capacity we can do. Right? So whatever the point is, Gitani means Krishna is, Yashoda Maya is singing. If now you are singing, you also need some kartals. We'll see in the next verse what are those kartals. So, and Smaranti. So see, Smaranti means remembering Krishna. And Gayati means speaking about Krishna. And Narmantare means she is churning. So body, she is using. Mind, she is using for Krishna, right? For churning the ocean. Churning the butter, right? And then Smaranti, remembering from mind. And from her body, she is using. From words, she is using to glorify Krishna. So BMW, body, mind and words. All three are used for Krishna's service. That is the real BMW. Right? And we use all three in Krishna's service. Right? So this is what Mother Yashoda is doing. And she was enjoying King of Krishna. And purposely, Mother Yashoda started this early morning. By the time Krishna is sleeping, she can do this thing. Right? Okay, we'll go to the next thing. So one thing is here, the gopis used to think that Krishna is stealing and all only at their house and not at Mother Yashoda's house. That's what the other gopis used to think. So now the reason why Krishna performed this pastime was to show the gopis that I also steal at Mother Yashoda's house also. Although Krishna has stolen butter long back at Mother Yashoda's house only. That's how, see, you start everything from house only. Right? You learn everything from, you do practice. Then you do outside. So there's a pastime in the scriptures where Krishna once, he was going to steal the butter, and Mother Yashoda was not there nearby, obviously that's why. He was going to steal the butter, and then he saw a pillar which was filled with jewels. Because it was filled with jewels, when he saw at the pillar, what he saw is, he saw his own reflection. So what he thought is, that there is another guy who is coming and stealing butter. So then he started saying to that pillar, thinking that it's just another guy is coming. I mean, so this is the sweetness of Krishna. He knew that Mother Yashoda is somehow seeing that. So Krishna is telling to that reflection that, see, I'm going to steal. You also steal, it is okay. But don't tell to Mother Yashoda that we both are stealing. Otherwise, we both will get chastisement. You steal what you want, I will steal what I want, and then we both will run it. Like that. And when Mother Yashoda came, this entire pastime happened, and when Mother Yashoda came, when he was eating the butter, he immediately said that, no, the Mother Yashoda, I came to catch this person who was in the reflection. Like that. You understood, right? So Acharya explained like that. Already Krishna had been trained in stealing butter. See, this pastime also talking to the reflection we see in Bollywood. You remember the movie? Amar Akbar and Thami. Kitna mara teko, kitna mara. That movie is there. From where it is coming? Srimad Bhagavatam. See that Krishna is also talking to his reflection. Right? So, anyways, we'll go ahead. Where are we next? Oh, yes, some of this you read, right? So you can read, yeah.
Little Lord Krishna felt hungry, and to increase his mother's love, he wanted her to stop churning. He indicated that her first business was to let him suck her breast, and then she could churn butter later.
So, see, when you get up, then Krishna was hungry, right? And Krishna was hungry, Krishna wanted to stop he saw that Mother Yashoda is busy in her own things. So he said that I have to stop her because I want milk, right? Sometimes kids cry, and this other thing, he was thinking, how can she do something else? She's supposed to look after me. So what he did is, he didn't hold her hands or hold her side directly, the main thing, which is churning the rod, because that is what he's doing, right? So he just stopped it, because if that he can hold, then everything will be stopped. So he immediately was about holding that. Why? Because why he wants the mother's milk. It's not, he's Atmaram, he doesn't need anything. But he actually wants to taste mother's Yashoda Maiya's love. That he wants to do. And Acharya explained there was a competition here between Mother Yashoda and Krishna when Krishna is drinking the milk. The competition was that between mother and child, where child, sometimes you see the child becomes tired. Mother Yashoda, the mother doesn't get tired of feeding, but the child becomes tired. So here the competition was, Krishna was again continuously taking the milk, and Mother Yashoda was also feeding, but none of them were getting stopped. None of them were stopping. But after some time, Acharya explained that at some point, the milk started coming out of the Krishna's mouth because Krishna could not handle that much love also from Mother Yashoda. So it's also we discussed in Krishna book where Krishna is saying to gopis, the amount of love that you have, I cannot repay. I cannot repay. Similarly, the amount of love that Yashoda Maiya has for Krishna in the form of milk, that Krishna cannot handle that much. That's what Acharya explained. So this is the beauty of devotees' love. It surpasses even Krishna able to handle that. So amazing. Okay, who is going to read next? Yes.
Mother Yashoda took her son on her lap and pushed the nipple of her breast into his mouth. And while Krishna was sucking the milk, she was smiling.
She did not feel, I was doing my service, this guy came and, right? So mother always becomes happy whenever they see their child, even if their child is creating nuisance.
Enjoying the beauty of her child's face. Suddenly, the milk which was on the stove began to boil over. Just to stop the milk from spilling, Mother Yashoda at once put Krishna aside and went to the stove. Left in that state by his mother, Krishna became very angry, and his lips and eyes became red in rage.
Right. So there are some things. One thing Acharya explained that why Mother Yashoda left Krishna. How can Mother Yashoda leave Krishna? I mean, Krishna is the most important thing or personality for Yashoda Maiya. Then how can Mother Yashoda leave Krishna? So Acharya explained that they only put the question and they only answered. They answered because they say that the higher service was followed. The higher service was to feed Krishna later on. So Mother Yashoda felt that no, for feeding Krishna later on, the best milk, I have to take up this service first. And then the question comes, why didn't Mother Yashoda took Krishna along with her to stop the milk? She could have done that only. Why leave Krishna behind? For that they say that, because then the speed of Mother Yashoda would have slowed down and that milk would have boiled more. Third question, Acharya only asked that why did even milk started boiling? Milk would have waited that I'll boil. Because in spiritual world, everything is animal. So then the reason is because milk was feeling, what is the point of living? This Krishna is getting too, he's loving mother's milk so much that he will not have any importance for our milk. So in that case, there is no point of living anyways. Let us suicide by jumping into the fire. So that is what the Acharya explained. So they only pose the question and they only answer it.
He pressed his teeth and lips, and taking up a piece of stone, he immediately broke the butter pot. He took butter out of it, and with false tear in his eyes, he began to eat the butter in a secluded place.
So he became very angry. He became very angry. Okay, so next paragraph, someone else can read. No, you want to read? I mean, there is a lot more. Every line we can discuss a lot, but 24 minutes are there, so we'll see.
In the meantime, Mother Yashoda returned to the churning place after setting the overflowing milk pan in order. She saw the broken pot in which the churning yogurt had been kept. Since she could not find her boy, she concluded that the broken pot was his work. She smiled as she thought, "The child is very clever. After breaking the pot, he has left his place, fearing punishment."
Fearing punishment. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is fear personified, he is fearing from Mother Yashoda. I see that photo. So that is the pastime. I mean, that is the sweet pastimes of Krishna, right? And that's why the sweet pastimes of Krishna or Bal Leela of Krishna can be done. There are three age. One is Kaumara Leela, which is 1 to 5. that is predominantly Vatsalya pastimes. Then 6 to 10, that is Pauganda, that is primarily Sakya pastimes, playing with the friends. And then from 11 to end, that is Madhurya pastimes, specifically for gopis. And when the first five is, that is the sweetest, because that is when the Balya Leela is there. Like I remember long back when Kishore was not there, I saw a child and she was looking very cute, the way she was speaking and all. So I told her father, the child is very, very cute. So that guy got really frustrated and said that only first 3 years, after they are no longer cute. Right? Because then Balya Leela is gone and then that cuteness is no longer there. Then there's only frustration. So, yeah. So these 5 years are all Vatsalya pastimes with Krishna, with Mother Yashoda.
After she saw it all over, she found her son sitting on a big wooden grinding motor.
So before that, Mother Yashoda was running behind Krishna. I don't know if that will come, but let's. So when Mother Yashoda was running behind Krishna, there were a lot of flowers and malti flowers and all on her. She was nicely decorated. It's not like anything. Nicely decorated. It was Diwali day, right? So nicely she was decorated. So when she was running behind Krishna, malti flowers which are there on Krishna, on Mother Yashoda, they started to fall down off Mother Yashoda's sari and from the top. And the Acharyas explain that the malti flowers that were on the sari of Mother Yashoda, they got divided. Half of them was with Krishna and half of them were with Mother Yashoda. The malti side, on the side of Mother Yashoda. The malti flowers were on the side of Mother Yashoda. They fell down so that Mother Yashoda can run faster towards Krishna because they are putting burden. So they fell down. Let Mother Yashoda run faster to pick up Krishna. Krishna should get chastisement. And other half malti flowers, they fell down because they felt, hey, Mother Yashoda is beating Krishna. I don't want to be a part of this. I will run away. So they were falling down. So both of them fell down for different reasons. And that Acharya explained. It's very nice. I mean, a lot of things that we can discuss, but yeah. Good. Who was reading? Good.
Which was kept upside down. He was taking butter from a pot which was hanging from the ceiling on a string, and he was feeding it to the monkeys. She saw Krishna looking this way and that way in fear of her because he was conscious of his naughty behavior. Krishna, after seeing her son so engaged, she very silently approached him from behind. Krishna, however, saw her coming toward him with a stick in her hand, and he immediately got down from the grinding motor and began to flee in fear. Mother Yashoda chased him to all corners, trying to capture the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is never approached even by the meditations of great yogis.
So Krishna is, yogis are trying to catch him, but they're not able to catch him. And then that Krishna, by simple cowherd girl, Mother Yashoda, he got caught. Why? Because he was bound by the mother's love, by devotee's love, pure love. So this is the beauty of this pastime. If we really think about it, we can only catch Krishna by pure devotional service, and not by any other. That's what Acharyas explain and scriptures explain. Okay. Next, who is reading? Yeah, yes.
In other words, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, who is never caught by the yogis and speculators, was playing just like a little child for such a great devotee as Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda, however, could not easily catch the fast-running child because of her thin waist and heavy body. Still, she tried to follow him as fast as possible. Her hair loosened
And the flowers? Yeah,
and the flowers in her hair fell on the ground.
No, so why it was falling on the ground? Because some were on the side of Krishna and some were on the side of Mother Yashoda. There's a dialogue, no? Adilog yahan jao, Adilog wahan jao.
Although she was tired, she somehow reached her naughty child and captured him.
Yeah, someone else can read. Who will read?
When he was caught, Krishna was almost on the point of crying. He smeared his hands over his eyes, which were anointed with black eye cosmetics. The child saw his mother's face while she stood over him, and his eyes became restless from fear.
See, he's Krishna, he's supreme personality of Godhead. Right? We read that Anugrahaya Bhaktana. Manushim Dev Ashu. He is coming only to give mercy to the devotees, and that's why he's taking the human form. But people who don't understand him, for that also there is a verse. Avajananti Mamuda Manushim Dhanumashritam. There is a verse in. You should read that. That's what I'm saying. If we don't understand, we don't accept Krishna's supreme personality of Godhead, we will misunderstand this pastime. We'll take this pastime cheaply. And that's what happened with whom? What do you think? Srimad Bhagavatam is a pastime 10th canto. When someone thought that, he's supreme personality of Godhead? No way. Brahma. What happened is, Madhumangal it was, if I'm not wrong. So Krishna gave gulab jamun to Madhumangal when he put. And Madhumangal, when he ate like this, so all the syrup went on to Krishna. And Krishna, what he did is he opened his mouth and tried to eat that syrup, gulab jamun syrup. And Brahmaji saw that, he is supreme personality of Godhead. So कौन किसका ड्यूटा ले रहा है? That's what Brahmaji got bewildered. Brahmaji thought, no, he cannot be supreme personality of Godhead. And then he thought, I have to test this guy. Right? And then an entire Brahma Vimohan leela happened. And there Brahmaji says that even great sages, anyone can say that I know Krishna, but let me tell you my position. He says, like that he says, let me tell you what I think. I don't understand Krishna. He said, I don't understand Krishna. So we have to really understand that Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead. He is the cause of all causes. Sarva Karana Karna. Then we can appreciate these pastimes. That's why to understand the sweetness of Krishna, we should understand his greatness. Understand his greatness. This is the bedrock principle of Bhakti Yoga. So, yes. Oh, sorry, I was supposed to show that verse, right? This is important verse. So, you can repeat after me. Ajananti Mamodha Manushim Tanumashritam Param Bhavam Majananto Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram. So Krishna is saying to Arjuna that when I come in this human form, some people think that I'm just an ordinary person. Okay? And then they are doing offense. Like that is. Oh, you can read.
Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the supreme Lord of all that be.
Right? Who's deride me when I descend in human form? People think sometimes. Now also people say, oh, he was just a simple Krishna, and he was just magician, something like that. But actually, Anugrahaya Bhaktaram, he came just to give mercy. That other things that he did, delivering the pious, killing the demon, establishing dharma, that was all secondary. The main reason was to have loving dealings with the devotees. Anugrahaya Bhaktaram. Okay. Who is next? Yes, go ahead.
Mother Yashoda could understand that Krishna was unnecessarily afraid, and for his benefit, she wanted to allay his fears. Being the topmost well-wisher of the child,
She was a topmost well-wisher. Actually, in Nectar of Devotion, I'll show you. It's a tidbit. Vatsalya. In Vatsalya Rasa also there is ranking. How we have IIT JEE rank 1, rank 2, rank 3. So like that, in Vatsalya Rasa also, who is the topmost devotee in Vatsalya? I mean, obviously we should not say 7th number, right? Yeah, 8th number. No. These are all top Vaishnavas. But just to understand, Rupa Goswami explains the hierarchy. We can read this paragraph. Who was reading? You read. So, is everybody able to see the screen? No, right? On screen you can see, sorry, one question. Are you able to read? You are able to read? Now? Okay, go ahead. This is the hierarchy in Vatsalya. But again, don't underestimate, array, 7th or 8th number. These are all topmost Vaishnavas, the topmost Vaishnavas.
Following is a list of respectful personalities who enjoy parental affection towards Krishna.
So these are all devotees who have more parental affection with Krishna.
Mother Yashoda, the queen
Topmost is Mother Yashoda. Topmost is Mother Yashoda.
Mother Yashoda, the queen of Braja. Maharaja Nanda, the king of Braja. Mother Rohini, the mother of Balarama. All the elderly gopis whose sons were taken away by Lord Brahma. Devaki, the wife of
You see,
Vasudeva.
above Devaki also is the gopis of Vrindavan, the motherly gopis of Vrindavan. They have such a high pedestal.
The other 15 wives of Vasudeva. Kunti, the mother of
Kunti.
Arjuna.
There is entire one chapter dedicated just of prayers of Kunti. Just prayers of Kunti.
And Vasudeva, the real father of Krishna. And Sandeepa Muni, Krishna's teacher.
Go ahead, you can complete.
All these are considered respectable and elderly personalities with parental love for Krishna. This list is in order of superior importance, and thus we can see that Mother Yashoda and Maharaja Nanda are considered to be the supermost of all elderly personalities.
So it's just a tidbit. Okay, we'll go ahead. This is from Nectar of Devotion. It's called Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu by Sri Rupa Goswami. In that he writes this. Who was reading and where we were? Yeah, here. If the child is too fearful, yeah, go ahead.
Being the topmost well-wisher of a child, Mother Yashoda thought, if the child is too fearful of me, I don't know what will happen to him. Mother Yashoda then threw away her stick. In order to punish him, she thought to bind his hands with some ropes. Although he is beyond the reach of all senses, she endeavored to bind him to a wooden grinding mold.
Why she was doing? Just to teach him a lesson. Sometimes, see, we as parents, we don't want to punish the child. But why are we doing for child's benefit? And so he doesn't do a nuisance again. Like that.
But when she tried to bind him, she found that the rope she was using was too short by 2 inches. She gathered more ropes from the house and added to it, but she still found the same shortage.
So she started getting ropes from many houses. She asked gopis also, you also get. And gopis also came to see. Because it's veranda, right? That time it used to be like small, matchbox. Like in Mumbai, I have a 200 square feet house. Can you imagine? 200 square feet place is there. And there is 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, kitchen, hall. I don't know how they but that's how. But older times it was like veranda was there, open space. So Krishna was bound outside to see everyone that ye ho raha hai Krishna ka. So all the gopis came and they saw that Krishna ka kya ho raha hai. They told also to Mother Yashoda, "Arey zyada aap strict ho rahe ho abhi." So Mother Yashoda, no, this guy, this has to be taught. So they thought, and Mother Yashoda, you also bring ropes. So Maharaj, my spiritual master, says that it was festival of ropes. Everyone was getting ropes from their own houses and trying to bind Krishna, but none were able to. They were not able to. It was always 2 inches short somehow. That is Krishna's mysticism.
In this way, she connected all the ropes available at home, but when the final knot was added, she saw that the rope was still 2 inches too short. Mother Yashoda was smiling, but she was astonished. How was this happening?
Right? See, every time she was adding more and more ropes. But always it was 2 inches short, exact 2 inches. There is a book which I had distributed long back. It's still there. The name of the book is 2 inches short by Shokila Sri. It is all on Damodar leela. I have that if in case you want. Yeah. Okay. How was it happening? You read this, right? Better. So this is all from Krishna book. If we get chance, you should read Krishna book. It's very sweet. Srila Prabhupada used to say that before sleeping, we should have 1 glass of milk and Krishna book. Like that. Not drink, drink also nectarian, but you should read Krishna book like that. Who is next? Yeah, Aditya Prabhu, please.
In attempting to bind her son, she became ill. She was perspiring and the garland on her head fell down. Then Lord Krishna appreciated the hard labor of his mother and being compassionate upon her. He agreed to be bound up by the ropes. Krishna, playing as a human child in the house of Mother Yashoda, was performing his own selected pastimes. Of course, no one can control the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The pure devotee surrenders himself unto the lotus feet of the Lord, who may either protect or vanquish the devotee. But for his part, the devotee never forgets his own position of surrender. Similarly, the Lord also feels transcendental pleasure by submitting himself to the protection of devotees. This was exemplified by Krishna's surrender unto his mother Yashoda.
So the 2 inches were, one was Mother Yashoda's endeavor, and second inch was Krishna's mercy. So we have to keep trying, but there are always two parts. One is our trying, and second is Krishna's mercy. And Krishna is considered as Bhakta Vatsal, and also he always protects his devotees. There's a very nice. Maybe 8 minutes. Let me see how much 3 minutes. Based on that, we have done this too. Okay, I think I can go. Yeah, okay, I'll say this. I speed. Some of you know this. So, when the battlefield was just about to start, there is a pastime where Arjuna and Duryodhana they come to Krishna to see who will take Krishna and who will take army, right? So, a lot of ups that when Krishna gets up, Krishna gives chance to Arjuna first, and then Duryodhana feels कि अरे ऐसा कैसा मैं पहले आया था, right? We say no in Thanksgiving time also I was first in the line. I should first take everything from the shop. So like that. So but Krishna then sort of tells him that he's your younger brother, and I saw him first. All that he says, and then Arjuna asks for Narayani Sena. No, Krishna, right? So Duryodhana became very morose in front of them and said, okay, I will take Narayani Sena. I wanted you, Krishna, but I mean, I have to respect my younger brother. I will take Narayani Sena. But outside he left and he started doing cartoons. Yeah, right? He was very happy. So then Krishna asked Arjuna, hey, what did you do? I'm not going to fight also. I'll be on your side, but I'm not going to fight. So what is the use? So then one poet very nicely puts this, what Arjuna is doing. So Krishna tells Arjuna, हार तेरी निश्चित. How many of you don't understand Hindi? Okay, very good. Okay. हार तेरी निश्चित है, तू रहेगा सदा उदास. माखन लेके वो गया, रह गया तेरे लिए छाछ. You understood? हार तेरी निश्चित है, तू रहेगा सदा उदास. माखन लेके कौन गया? दुर्योधन. रह गया तेरे लिए छाछ, buttermilk. You didn't get milk, makhan, you get buttermilk. So then Arjuna replies. That is what poet is saying. What Arjuna is replying. Arjuna is saying to Krishna, जीत मेरी निश्चित है, दास कभी ना होगा उदास. माखन लेके क्या करूं जब माखन चोर है मेरे पास. So he says, the butter thief Krishna himself is there with me, so I will win. So Krishna is a protector. Krishna protected Arjuna also. Again Arjuna was in danger, but Krishna protected him. Yeah. Where we are? Sorry. Yeah. This is Krishna is supreme bestower. Who is reading next? Yeah, Harshito.
Krishna is the supreme bestower of all kinds of liberations to his devotees. But the benediction which was bestowed upon Mother Yashoda was never experienced even by Lord Brahma or Lord Shiva or the goddess of fortune.
See, imagine what benediction. Benediction is what? That you are able to capture Krishna. That benediction nobody got. Not even other devatas. Like that. It's so sweet. Okay, you can read one more paragraph. You got very small.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead is not so completely known to the yogis and speculators, but he is easily available to his devotees. Nor he is appreciated as the supreme reservoir of all pleasure by the yogis and speculators.
See, when we are reading Krishna book now in 3.5, I feel like speaking, but then I feel I will never complete that chapter. So we keep reading. So much nectar is there. Okay, next someone here. Who will read?
After binding her sons, Mother Yashoda engaged herself in housework.
Now she is going to cook that butter for him only. But he isn't. No, he's bounded.
At that time, bound up to the wooden motor, Krishna could see a pair of trees before him, which were known as Arjuna trees. The great reservoir of pleasure, Lord Shri Krishna thus thought to himself, Mother Yashoda first of all left without feeding me sufficient milk, and therefore I broke the pot of yogurt and distributed the stock butter in charity to the monkeys. Now she has bound me up to a wooden motor, so I shall do something more mysterious than before. And thus he thought of pulling down the two very tall Arjuna trees.
The real reason why he did that was because he knew that Narad Muni had given benediction to these two trees that he will be delivered by Krishna. So he himself is bounded, but he wants to deliver others. People say, people will say like that, right?
first see my situation, how will I deliver you? But Krishna is, because Narad has given this meditation, I have to live up to the words of Narad. I have to deliver Narad words. Last slide.
There is a history behind the pair of Arjuna trees. In their previous life, the trees were born as the human sons of Kuber, and their names were Nala, Subara, and Manigriva. Fortunately, they came within the vision of the Lord. In the previous lives, they were cursed by the great sage Narad in order to receive the highest benediction of seeing Lord Krishna. This benediction curse was bestowed upon them because of their forgetfulness due to intoxication.
Krishna can do anything to fulfill the words of his devotee. Can you think of a pastime from Mahabharata where Krishna broke his own vow just to fulfill the words of devotee? Vishnu Pitama, right? Vishnu Pitama said that I'm not going to pick up. Krishna said, I'm not going to pick up the weapon. Then Vishnu Pitama said that I'll make you pick up the weapon. And then Krishna picked up the weapon just to fulfill the desire of Vishnu. He broke his own vow. That's why Krishna tells Arjuna, declare it boldly that my devotee will never perish. Acharya explained the reason he didn't declare, because then people will think that this guy can flip anytime. I don't believe him. But that's why Krishna said to Arjuna, you say, because your words I will never, I'll always fulfill. Like that. So we see that, but Krishna's pastimes are very, very sweet. Kartik month is coming, Govardhan Puja, then this pastime, Diwali, most of the pastimes comes in Kartik month, Sharad Purnima, all that comes in Kartik month. It's a very auspicious month. So please take advantage of it. It's like a Thanksgiving time. See, Thanksgiving also comes during that time, I mean, America also know coconut. So anyway, but we should try to chant if possible 16 hours of Hare Krishna mantra. Take association of devotees, visit temple, take us and read the scripture. If possible, you can have your own goal, maybe reading Bhagavad Gita or reading first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, whatever you can. But have some goal. Have some goal in life. When we have goal in life, only then we can fulfill it. So we will stop here. It's already 8 o'clock. What we will do is we will now have a Shala.